All right, crime fighters, welcome back for another edition of Calhoun County's Most Wanted, the program where you get to help make Calhoun County a better and safer place by helping us lock up some of the bad guys and solve some of these crimes. I'm Chris Wright, your host, along with Calhoun County Sheriff Matthew Wade. Good to see you, Sheriff.
Always good to be on the show, Chris. I appreciate you having me.
Even though it's not a beautiful day today.
You know, but every day is a gift, and I'll take it.
Absolutely, we will. All right, let's thank our viewers for the great work that they have done.
3 arrests this week. 4,495 people put in jail, all because you were willing to help us. Thank you for what you do. Thank you for the partnership, and thank you for trusting us.
Guess what I did just the other day?
What's that?
I changed out one of my my smoke detectors in the main living area at the house.
Smart move. You know, back in October, I did the same thing in my house. And
it's not just about changing the batteries. Sometimes you got to change the actual detector there because they don't last forever.
No, they're a device. They're mechanical. They'll break. You know, you need to change the batteries and make sure it works. You know, every fire that happens where there's a fatality, normally it's because there wasn't a smoke detector or a carbon monoxide detector in the home. And you talk to any fireman, they'll tell you those are paramount to saving your life. And, you know, those are the things that you need in your home. They're not expensive. You need to check them. You need to check that they work. You need to check that the batteries are good. And this time of year is when there seems to be an uptick in fires with people using space heaters and different types of heaters in their home. Yeah,
this is the time to make sure that if you've got those in there, make sure the batteries are fresh and make sure that the device is not out of date, and make sure that you've got enough of them in the house in the right places. Are they close to the bedrooms? Are they in the spaces where people are going to be? Are they going to be able to detect that smoke quickly enough to warn the people in the house, and carbon monoxide as well?
Absolutely.
All right. We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we will have the first half of this week's lineup, and we're going to talk about Toys for Tots on Calhoun County's Most Wanted. All right, let's get to work with the first half of this week's lineup on Calhoun County's Most Wanted. Darianne Sherbet of Hobson City wanted on a probation violation for possession of a controlled substance. Cynthia Edgeworth of Anniston also wanted on a probation violation for possession of a controlled substance. Richard Clapper of Anniston wanted on a probation violation for theft of property, first degree. Jeremy Watkins of Ohatchee wanted on a failure to appear warrant for domestic violence, third degree assault. Charles Seals of Winona, Mississippi wanted on a failure to appear warrant for assault, second degree. Tiffany Davila of Heflin wanted on a failure to appear warrant for receiving stolen property, first degree. And Tony Sturkey of Anniston wanted on a probation violation for possession of a controlled substance. That's just the first half of this week's lineup. We'll have the rest coming up in just a few minutes. All right, let's get into the spirit of the holidays here, Sheriff. We've got some gift giving and receiving getting ready to kick off. Well, some of that's already happening. Certainly a lot of the purchasing is happening.
Absolutely. I got a list.
You got a list, yeah.
If anybody wants to get me any last-minute gifts, I got a list.
If you haven't sent the list to Santa Claus yet, have we still got time to get that list to Santa Claus?
I think you do, but you're getting close. You need to go ahead and get that done.
Well, Dave Grice is with us with Toys for Tots and the Marine Corps League. Dave, we appreciate you being here.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
You guys play such a massive role in Christmas every year for kids in our community and communities throughout the country.
Well, you know, we do. It's a lot of fun. We enjoy it. You know, just to see the smiles on the kids' face and knowing that they have a smile. It's a short story. About 4 years ago, we had a woman come in with her son to pick up their toys, and the young Marines used to help us, and they carried their bags out, and the other one had a bicycle, and that little boy said, "Is that mine?" And they said, "Yeah," and she looked up at his mommy and started crying and said, "Mommy, Mommy, Mommy, the Marine Corps is Santa Claus. I've never had a new bike in my life." And he was 7 years old, so wow. Him and her both cried all the way to the car. So, you know, it gets you right here.
Yeah,
you know?
Absolutely.
So you're the commandant, so you're kind of Santa. Tell us about your elves back at the workshop.
Well, you know what? They work really hard. Right now, they're in the process of separating toys, bagging toys, getting things ready for people to pick up. Matter of fact, we're calling some of them early. So if you put your name on the list and you didn't get a letter, you might get a phone call. We're trying things a little bit different this year to make it a little bit easier for all them women who are back there. And let me tell you what, Without them women, we wouldn't have Toys for Tots. They do a heck of a job back there at the warehouse. Them little elves are busy all the time. They don't stop. I mean, half of them did eat and go, even when it's lunchtime.
Yeah, you got how many kids on the list?
Right now we have right at 650 families, and we're looking probably about 1,800 kids this year.
1,800 kids, and of course multiple toys.
Yes.
So that's a pretty big operation there.
Yeah, it is. And sometimes we'll have a function, people look at you and say, hey man, it ain't even close to Christmas, nobody's thinking about Toys for Tots, but this thing runs all year round. I mean, let's just say you start in November, or let's say end of October, when you actually start this Toys for Tots, you don't have time to get all the promotions and all your new sponsors and stuff like that, to get things in here to get it done. So we do it all year round, and we give toys all year round.
I did not know that.
Well, yeah, I mean, God forbid something happened, but like you talked about smoke detectors, once again, God forbid anything happen, but if it happens, we still have the means to help these children. Help these parents, give these kids something to have to play with until they get back on their feet.
Wow, that's great to know.
Even though we do Christmas, and that's in everybody's heart this time of year, it's all they're thinking about, is Christmas, and giving, and, hopefully they're still thinking about the birth of the Lord along with giving, but, it's just a great time of the year, and we love what we're doing.
That is awesome. Now, you've got to set up all these partnerships each year, because as much as your elves are doing back there in the workshop and what you're doing, we've got other people that are on the front lines, so to speak, collecting these toys.
Yes, sir. And that's what the boxes in the community are for. They're just a tall little white box that if you're around, Dollar General, or even stop by some of the car lots, those kind of places, in Publix, just stop, and throw a gift in there. Help somebody to put a smile on your face along with on a kid's face, knowing he's getting something for Christmas. It'll really touch your heart.
And we don't want to be picky about what somebody might be thinking is a good gift for a child, but there are some guidelines, right?
Well, yeah, there are guidelines. Of course, the most expensive thing you buy is a bicycle, and we used to get quite a few of them donated, and they're working on it. The community, we have it out, that we need some bikes to try to help, the kids that need the bikes, and a lot of small donations, they go as a stocking stuffer, which you still got to have a stocking stuffer along with a gift. And, now we have some older gentlemen. We like to go to age 13. We'll go 14, but it's so hard when you get in the upper ages to even buy for these children.
Right.
You get 17, 18 years old, and they've
we
got
know about that, don't we? Sure.
We do, I do, absolutely.
But, if you're handicapped, we have a gentleman that's 42 years old with an 8-year-old mind. We help him every year. They come in. Their insurance, it's tough, when you spend that kind of money to keep your kids going, and, insurance is expensive anyway. So, we work with people like that. We want to help them as long as the whole community, because we can't do it without y'all. And that also means y'all out there too.
Yeah. It's great when somebody goes out and purchases a gift or multiple gifts and drops those off. It's also great in a different way when somebody says, well, I don't have time to do the shopping or whatever, or for whatever reason, I'm not going to do that part of it. I'm going to donate some money. Because you have some people that have specific requests on their lists, and those items don't always get donated. This lets you meet those needs.
Yes. And when they donate, there's a couple different ways you can go online and donate. You can also come by the warehouse, which is 1810 Noble Street here at Anniston, and donate. When we take an application, they write the name on the back of the application and 3 wish lists that the kids would like to have. Well, we try to supply them with at least one of the main things that they're asking for. If you're a specialist, that you want some kind of a Spider-Man outfit, or, we don't do clothes, but sometimes we get capes or, something like that with Spider-Man on it. So, we try to furnish them with at least one gift that they ask for. A lot of them asked for bicycles. I think a few years ago we had 1,600 kids and 300 bicycles. So.
Wow. We were talking on Twitter the other day with somebody asking about what's your favorite Christmas memory. Mine was when my brothers and I got up and we saw those 3 bicycles, and they weren't under the tree, wouldn't fit under the tree, but boy, that was special.
Oh, it is. It's special for
growing up. That was my main mode of transportation.
So what's on your list this year?
Well, nothing. Well, wish list.
Everybody's got a list for Santa Claus.
Everybody's got a list for Santa Claus, and
we'll let you think on it. You don't have to tell us on TV. That's all right.
That's all right.
We got to take a quick break. We'll be back and talk some more about Toys for Tots and how you can get involved in helping make some of these wishes come true. And we'll have the second half of this week's lineup on Calhoun County's Most Wanted. All right, getting back to business with the second half of this week's Most Wanted lineup here on Calhoun County's Most Wanted. Carrie Mitchell of Gadsden, wanted in Calhoun County for probation violation, theft of property, first degree. Fidel Baker of Piedmont, wanted on bond revocation for possession of a controlled substance. April Weber of Collinsville, wanted on a failure to appear warrant for rendering a false alarm, second degree, and obstruction of government operations. James Massey of Anniston, wanted on a failure to appear warrant for assault, third degree, and domestic violence, third degree harassment. Whitney Jones of Wetumpka, wanted on bond revocation for possession of a controlled substance, use and possession of drug paraphernalia, and public intoxication. Krista Jones of East Aboga, wanted on a failure to appear warrant for negotiating with a non-negotiable instrument, aka passing bad checks. Do you have information that can help us find any of these individuals? If so, please call Calhoun County Crime Stoppers. The number is 256-238-1414. All right, we are back. Coming up in just a few minutes here, we'll have our Crime Stopper segment of the show, talk about some property crimes that we need your help solving. We'll also have our Crazy Criminal of the Week. But Sheriff, at the moment, we're talking about Toys for Tots.
Toys for Tots, a magical organization. Thank you for what you do.
Thank you.
Dave Grice is with the Marine Corps League. How long have you been doing Toys for Tots?
Well, I give gift. I've actually been working with Toys for Tots as a coordinator or assistant coordinator since 2012.
2012, okay.
In this county, they've always had Toys for Tots in this county, but it was never ever had a coordinator in this county until I went to class and went to school in 2012. And what makes the difference?
Tell us about that. How do you go to class? They've got a training center?
Yes, yeah. You got to go to Virginia for 3 days, and they put a lot in your head for 3 days. I mean, it's like telling you, but the main goal through the whole thing is, even though they teach you paperwork and know what this is, know what that is, the main goal of their whole thing is kids. Yeah. Like the sheriff said a while ago, it doesn't matter about the parents. It's all about the kids. It's not the kids' fault. Whatever the case may be, it's not the kids' fault. If you need help, call us. That's what we're here for. But it was an experience. I loved it. Of course, I throw toys in a box, and when I worked with them when I first come to Anniston, I used to pick up toys and deliver toys, and they asked me to go to be a coordinator. I said, "Oh heck, anybody can do that." Yeah, right. Once you got back, you find out it's a little bit more than just putting toys in a box.
So why do they do it in Virginia? Why don't they let you go train up at the North Pole?
Well, I think it's a little cold and hard to get in and out of there sometimes with what they do up there.
Yeah,
because
flight
they're busy all year round.
Getting messed up. Not everybody's got a Rudolph, do they?
Right. Yeah. Yep. That's very true. And them elves are like our elves back at the warehouse right now. They're constantly busy. They go. Toys are coming in. Our donations are coming in. We're getting the things we need to get. To get done so the kids have their gifts. We have a big pass out for Christmas to make sure they have all their toys the 20th and 21st of December. So, we have to be ready, to make sure that all these parents, get what they need in time for Christmas.
Do you have the volunteers already in place that you're going to be using, or are you looking for some more people to actually get their hands dirty in the work this year?
Well, we could use some more help. We have a few ladies from the church that works with us, but they can only work certain days, certain times. Like now, we're shorthanded. We have a couple people out sick. We don't have enough people to take the toys and put the toys away the way they need to be, along with somebody bagging at the same time. So it's hectic, but we're really short right now, and we're short this week because we'll be open every day now.
So if you've always dreamed about being one of Santa's elves, this is your opportunity. Go on down to the office there in the County Administration Building on Noble Street. and they can find out about that there, right?
Yep, it's right there at the Disabled Americans and Veterans. You can't miss it. There's a big Toys for Tots sign out front and one on the building.
All right, so of course that's one way you can help. Financially is another way, and people, if they want to give financially, it's very simple. You can go to the website, and people say, well, I don't want to go to the website and give money there and it just goes to the national. I want to give money locally, but on the website you can give to where it's going to be used here in our community.
Yes, it's kind of a long story and I'll make it short. We have a credit card in our name that's for toys. It's not made for anything else, and you get in trouble from National if you start spending it, but it's made for toys. If they go online and say, okay, I want to donate, there's a place that says donate online, you donate, it automatically goes to National in an account with our name on it.
And then it's connected to that card.
If you give me $100 and you send it in, within 7 days, that $100 is on that credit card. Nobody else is on that credit card, which means we can use that credit card to buy toys, and that's what the credit card's for.
That's great.
It's to buy toys.
All right, Sheriff, it's a great time of the year, and I know a lot of folks are busy, but I bet there's some folks watching right now that have some time or money or both to donate.
You know, I'm sure there is, and once you serve somebody else, the feeling you get from that, it's kind of like you when you saw those bicycles.
Yeah.
It'll make you feel good. It's a memorable thing, and doing for others is what we're here put on this earth to do, and I encourage everybody to go out and serve, find some way to serve somebody else during this season.
It's great
Amen.
to wake up on Christmas morning and know that you took advantage of those opportunities to serve this season.
That's right.
Yep, yep. And every child, if you're out there and you need help, tomorrow's our last day for applications, but that's to slow things down. If you really need help, we're there. 1810 Noble Street. Come by and we'll help you.
And online, toysfortots.org. All right, we got to take a break. We will be back, and we will have the Crime Stopper segment of the show, and also our Crazy Criminal of the Week on Calhoun County's Most Wanted. All right, let's take a look at some property crimes committed recently in the area that you might be able to help us with. Between November 21st and December 2nd, an outside shed was burglarized at a residence on Mount Gilead Road in Jacksonville. A Samsung dryer was stolen. On December 3rd, a person broke into a business located on Highway 431 in Alexandria. There was extensive damage to the front door. Between December 1st and December 4th, a residence on Cricket Trail was burglarized. There was damage to the rear door. A Nortec electric furnace, Frigidaire refrigerator, and a Nortec air conditioner pump were stolen. Between November 30th and December 1st, a blue 2005 Harley-Davidson Sportster was stolen from a residence on Morrisville Road in Anniston. And between November 27th and December 1st, a white 2000 Buick LeSabre was stolen from a location on Oak Grove Road in Gadsden. If you have information about any of these property crimes or any others in the area, please call Calhoun County Crime Stoppers at 256-238-1414.
Stupid! You're so stupid!
All right, Sheriff, it's time for our Crazy Criminal of the Week. And I know sometimes we feel like somebody else has done us wrong and we want to get back at them. It's usually best to either just let it go, or if it's serious enough that it needs to be dealt with, let the law enforcement handle that, right?
Yeah, you know, normally when you try to get revenge on somebody, that don't normally work very well. So.
But if somebody comes to you and says, well, this guy gave my kid a haircut that wasn't good enough, that's probably not going to end up getting them locked up, is it?
No, normally, unless it's like me, it'll grow back.
Yeah, probably shouldn't end them up in the hospital either.
You wouldn't think so.
But in this case, we've got Ruby Delgadillo was not happy with the haircut that her son got from a 63-year-old barber the other day. She starts arguing with him and got combative to the point where he felt he needed to know who he was dealing with, so he went out and was writing down the license plate on her Prius. Well, she got behind the wheel of that Prius and put him through the window of the business next door, ran straight through him.
You know, I'm sure that you got past the point of the haircut. This is about who's right or wrong, or I'll show you what, you know, and it goes back to pride, you know, and hair's going to grow back, and the only thing I know is people want grace and mercy. Not many people want to give it, so even if he did give a bad haircut, it wasn't worth all of that.
And not to encourage what she did there, but on his side, sometimes you just gotta, okay, this situation's getting a little bit out of hand. I'm gonna remove myself from it instead of doing something that might escalate it.
One thing we see a lot of is people will put themselves in harm's way over property, things that are pride. It's about pride, about I'm not going to let them have this or have that. It's not about the, there's nothing worth getting hurt over.
Yeah.
Let her leave.
Safety's number one.
Safety's number one.
All right, that's all the time we have for this week. We'll be looking for you again next week, but hopefully not running over your barber on Calhoun County's Most Wanted.